From Prime Minister Narendra Modi to other leaders of the governing party and opposition leaders to common people, Indians paid their respect to the slain soldiers on the 3rd anniversary of the dastardly 14 February terrorist attack on its paramilitary forces in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama district. The Fidayeen attack carried out by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammad had claimed 40 Central Reserve Police Force personnel lives. India had then launched a massive operation involving the elimination of the terrorist groups module in hours after the attack and aerial strikes on terrorist camps in Balakot, a region in Pakistan where all the terrorists are nurtured under the Pakistan establishment's direct watch. A report.
As an Indian paramilitary convoy carrying over 2,500 personnel passed through a busy road in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama district, a vehicle laden with 80-kilogram explosive rammed into a bus with 40 soldiers inside. The gut-wrenching images that followed the incident can trigger both tears and rage even today. After 3 years of the incident, India lost its 40 more brave hearts to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in a single incident. A punitive two-front strike by the Indian security forces on the ground and from the air eliminated those responsible for the attack, but the grief that set in post-attack has still not died out. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, other leaders of India's governing party, and the leaders in opposition parties took to social media to pay homage to those who made ultimate sacrifice for their country. To mark the anniversary, civilians too marched on the streets with floats condemning Pakistan's continuous support of terrorism. Since the attack, the Indian government has provided numerous evidence to the government of Pakistan, clearly indicating a presence of terrorist groups in the country. The information is also available in the public domain, but Islamabad has not buzzed even little.
Even in this particular specific case, the Jaish-e-Mohammad announced that their commander, Kamran, was the main commander, and then when we eliminated him, this was also announced by Jaish-e-Mohammad. So link is very clear. The type of evidence and the weapons and the equipment which is recovered from them, the documents, the transmissions, the intercepts, there is enough evidence and to prove that it is the Jaish-e-Mohammad which is being run from Pakistan, being funded, aided, trained, equipped by Pakistan Army and the ISI. And those terrorists are infiltrated into Kashmir Valley, and they come and do the killings or the innocent killings and all the damage and disturb the peace in Kashmir Valley.
India, with its extra assertiveness, has foiled several terrorist infiltration bids into its territory. Around 750 terrorists have been eliminated in the past 3 years alone. However, that hasn't deterred Pakistan from hatching its devious anti-India, anti-peace or anti-harmony plots. Two countries signed a military-level ceasefire agreement last year, but it couldn't meet its objectives owing to Pakistan's proxy war against India. In fact, it has stepped up its satanic game and now, despite undergoing unprecedented inflation, has multiplied its outlay for the funding of terror activities across the border. India recently underlined its concern over strengthening cooperation between the terrorist organizations in Pakistan and Afghanistan and the threat it poses to the security of the region.
The linkages between the Taliban, Al-Qaeda and terrorist entities proscribed by the Security Council, such as Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammad, are a further source of concern. And therefore, serious concern remains that Afghanistan may become a safe haven for Al-Qaeda and a number of terrorist groups in the region.
Pakistan has not just been nurturing and launching the dreaded terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammad from POK and apparently supporting Al-Qaeda, but it has a dedicated political wing that constantly works at indoctrinating the gullible youths into joining the terrorist fold. India has so far been the biggest victim of the state-funded terrorism, and it is not far-fetched when observers fear that Afghans might see a similar turn of events in their country too. If observers are to be believed, Pakistan is set to double down its efforts at both fronts, for it will receive outside funding from a country that is desperate to build inroads in Afghanistan and is seeking a similar objective in India, for it has presented strong resistance in its global ambitions.